Anyanwu. So we'll just like have an overview of investments today on the Afternoon Business Show. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Gina. Good to be back to the studio and to work with you today.
Welcome.
Great to be back also to you. You haven't seen my face for a while. I've been away, and thank God I'm back to close the year. The year was positive on the stock exchange. You get to hear that later. But we are concerned this morning or this afternoon with investments, as it is our culture to take you through, educate you on investments and what to do under the series Investors Education Series. Today we are handling a topic that is a cross of so many topics that we have handled in the past under the caption Investment 101. If you have passed through the Nigerian university system, such coding will not be strange to you, because 101 is the basic, is the rudiments, is the background to a lot of things, and it's a 100-level course. Therefore, it's going to be the rudiments of investments, what ought to be done, what must not be missed by anybody who is into investment. My pleasure once more. Thank God it's Friday, and this Friday is very special. Special because it's not just Friday as the end of the week, it's also the Friday of the end of the year. That makes it special. And it's a thing of joy to having withered the storm of year 2021 with all its attendant COVID-19, all the problems that came along. Thank God you are seeing it with me. I want to believe that the Lord who brought you to this very point will surely take you through by this time tomorrow, when we shall be saying Happy New Year. Once more, my pleasure to welcome you to Broadstreet Radio and to handle the topic once more, Investors Education Series, Investment 101. Number one, this is a series that will run in 3 parts. There's going to be this Investment 101. There's also going to be Investment 401. And then last, there will be Investment Masterclass. I plead with you, don't miss any. That's when it will benefit you. If you miss any, you will lose out. I plead with you to continue to tune in, continue to listen to us so that you get the benefit. When you miss it for any reason, please go back, go to our social media handles where they are stored and listen. Let's take it off. Investment 101. The least that is expected of investment is interest. The least return, the least expectation of an investment is interest. Interest is the least anybody could get for putting his money into an instrument. Now, interest in Nigeria today is very low as an income. For the year in question, it averaged 5.5% interest rate, and I'm talking per annum. That looks small. Inflation itself averaged 16.9%. In short, it started coming down from March every month continually till the last one, and it had been coming down. Good omen, good signs, but it is very high on a double digit of 16.9 something as inflation. Now, why are we talking inflation? Inflation and sevens are related. Inflation tends to erode your savings. The capacity of your money to buy is eroded by inflation. Therefore, the two are related. Now, where is an investor and why is an investor interested? An investor is interested because he's ever looking for that investment that should pay above inflation, or else he hasn't made money. If inflation, as we have it in Nigeria, at 16.9, which has also come down, and then the interest you get from your savings is 5.5, 5.6, you actually lost over 11% value of the investment you made if you have left your money in the savings account. If you have big money, you could negotiate your way. I'm talking about the small savers. We are interested in you because the policy of every government is to lift you from below the poverty line, above the line. Therefore, we are complementing the effort of the government to help you come up the poverty line and be above the poverty line. Therefore, you are interest today. Now, if you have that your money left in the bank and you're getting 5.5% from your savings, and the value of the money is going down by 16 point something percent, which is the effect of inflation on the purchasing power of the money, you didn't save money. But I want you to know that even if that's all you get, it is better than the person who is putting it under his pillow, who is holding it cash, who is not putting it in any instrument as to get, even if it is the cost of keeping that money, because banks will also charge you for the transactions they do for you. Your little ATM card has charge. It has renewal card charge. It has maintenance charge. It has one charge or the other. Even if that's all you get it. Because it will reduce the erosion on the value of the currency and the Nigerian money or the money where you have invested. Therefore, investment 101 is for those at the very carpet and the very low rung of investment ladder. But I still plead with you, it is suicidal if you will not put that money even in this one. It's not the best. When you listen to us at the next two stages, you will understand why we said it's not the best. But it is better than keeping it idle. It is better than leaving it under your pillow. I discovered that a lot of people are still out of the banking system. People still leave their money in these days that armed robbers can come to their houses anyhow and anytime without notice. They leave their money where they can put it under the pillow, and they come in and take it from you, and you say they have stolen your money. Leave it in the bank. Transfer the security challenges issue to the bank to now fight for you and take it for you. So investment 101 is for you who is at the lower rank. Did I hear you say, how can I save? I don't even have proper income. I live from hand to mouth. I have seen people who live from hand to mouth. I have also people who earn very fat. But the truth is that your saving is not because of how much you earn. That's not the reason. I will refer you quickly to a book I have referred you to before. The book is called The Richest Man in Babylon. It's on the street there. You can easily pick a copy and read. And I'll tell you a story which I have also told you before to buttress this point. It is necessary that I tell you about sevens because you can't talk investment without sevens. The wise man in The Richest Man in Babylon, the book I'm referring you to, gathered about 4 people and said to them, how much do you earn? The first person says, I'm using Nigerian Naira to make it simple. The first person says, I earn 50,000 Naira per month. The other person said, I earn 30,000 Naira per month. And that person said, okay, I earn 70,000 Naira per month. And the last person says, I earn 100,000 Naira per month. He said, how many of you have been able to save in the last 1 month? And he was expecting the person who earns 100,000 because he earns more to raise his hand. But surprisingly, it was the person who earned 30,000 that said he saved. Do you know what he's saying? He's saying that it is not because of how much you earn. It's a discipline. It is a discipline that if you don't inculcate, you will not do. And how do I do it? How do you do it? How must we do it? Number one, like we have always told you, you need to redefine sevens. Before now, sevens to you is what remains after expenditure, right? That's where you're wrong. That's why you will never save. Sevens is not what remains after expenditure. Sevens is that which you chose to set aside. Not my word, I'm repeating myself. Sevens is that which you chose to set aside. It means there's a conscious effort by you to put it aside. And how do you do it? In this austere time, the only way to do it is just like government took their payee, their tax off front, and you got a net. Every time they pay you, if they itemize the items in the slip, there's something called PAYE, pay as you earn. Government will not let you receive it before you pay it. Your employers are mandated, and as a matter of necessity, deduct it as source. They deduct their own and give you a net. Do the same thing. Before you pay the dry cleaner, before you pay the supermarket, before you pay the gari seller, before you say pay the vegetable oil seller, pay yourself. If you pay yourself, assuming you're paying yourself 10% of the money, remove the 10%, put it in a place where you won't reach, and then begin to spend at what remains. That's the only way you can save in this time, and at any time for that matter. So it is not because you earned. The question you ask yourself, when I wasn't earning anything, how did I survive? Because I hear people say, the money I have is not enough for me. It will never be enough. Because the moment even your income increases, the propensity to spend also enlarges, sometimes doubles, more than it. So be wise. In the year 2022, if one decision you take is that you're going to put down something, you are not going to be wicked unto yourself. You're going to pay yourself as you're paying the dry cleaner, as you're paying anybody that your bill comes up to. Pay yourself. That could be a decision for the new year for you. So investment 101 is saying save a portion of the money you earn, either monthly or business-wise, whichever way. Put it into an instrument that you would not easily reach. Now, let me speak to you, my friend. Go print your bank statement at the end of the month. What you'll be seeing is money from POS, money from ATM, taken away, and all those things. If you will ever save, please do not receive ATM card on the account where you're putting the money. That's one thing you must do. Otherwise, you didn't save it. You are having a card that lets you take it at will. And let me tell you, problems will never end. Relations will never fail to come. But the moment you put away that money, no matter how small, save it. Investment 101 is the lowest rung, the lowest cadre of investors. Their return on investment is called interest. Interest today is above inflation, so it's below inflation. Interest in Nigeria, as I speak to you on sevens, is about 5.6%. Inflation is about 16.9%. So you can see the difference. Put that money into a savings account, into an account that you will not easily spend from. Accumulate it over a period, and then you can put it into yet another instrument. So you are an investor, but you are at the lower level of the investment. Let me throw something at you. You see a lot of such nuggets. The rich go to the bank to borrow the money that you said your savings. They are the people that have brain to put the money into use. While you are still thinking of what to do with the money, they have taken it from the bank. That's the issue. We'll get to that level. I will encourage you to listen to the next, which is Investment 401, and still the last, which is Investment Masterclass. My pleasure to return to you and to be with you on this very last day of year 2021. God bless you.
Thank you very much, sir, for that very insightful one on investor education series. If you take home points from that, any account that you plan to save your money in, you don't need an ATM card for that account. And also, savings is not what you do after expenditure. You have to be deliberate about savings. That wraps up investor education series. But stay with us. We will be back to take the Nigerian stock market call over as well as the NASD report. It's still your number one business radio.